Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the last day of April, which would make it the 30th, 2018. We're looking at battle chess on the Amiga today. It is chess, so be warned, this might not be up your street, but I'll try to do what I can. Anyway, so, I'm going to get this copy protection out of the way. Right, so basically, it's chess. But your pieces are all animated. So let's kick this off and get this little guy to have a wander over there. Right, so you can see it's set up as a chessboard. It's fairly chess-tastic. I'm playing as the red team, so you can guarantee I'm probably going to lose this horribly because I don't really play chess a lot. In fact, I can't remember the last time I played chess at all. This is probably the first time in about 20 years. So I'm just going to try and get as many of these pieces to move as possible so you can actually have a look. So we're going to move this guy space here and get him to wander across the board. You can see there you've got your rook, knight, bishop, queen, king, bishop, rook, bishop, knight, rook. So it's all in reverse, and then you've got your little peons at the front, or pawns as they're called in the actual game. Let's make sure they're all called correctly. Now, on a one-player game, which is what this one is, you make a move, then the computer will have a little bit of a think, and then make a move as well. So I'm going to match his knight move there. Have little sound effects as they wander across the board. Now, this was quite an early Amiga game. This was on the Amiga 500, so we're going back quite a long time in the Amiga's history. So this was an A500 release. Believe it was a port of the PC version. It came on one disc and had the option to have hard drive installed. And at the time, hard drives were quite expensive. So if you actually managed to have a hard drive back then, fair play to you, because they weren't exactly cheap. In fact, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. It's quite funny, really, isn't it, how hard drive space back then, like 40 megabytes. Megabytes, not even gigabytes. 40 megabytes would have been like, wow. And you'd be like the talk of the town if you had a 40 megabyte hard drive. I think my Amiga 1200 had a 127 megabyte hard drive, and I was like, oh, I'll never fill that. And, you know, to this day, I actually haven't. Yeah, compared to today's like terabyte drives, you know, it's quite. Oh, he's lost his arm. Hey, he's lost his other arm. Shades of Monty Python, right there, folks. 'Tis but a scratch. But yes, by today's standards, 40 megabytes, 127 megabytes is nothing. I mean, you can download that in a fraction of, like, you know, 10 seconds. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, big kudos if you had a hard drive. And this game would have fitted on it quite nicely. So there you go, hard drive enabled game, lovely. So I'm going to take the knight, and he's going to get kicked right in the gonads by my pawn, which is great. I mean, it's quite a fun little game, to be quite honest. They did Battle Chess 2 they did as well, which, if I remember rightly, featured Oriental pieces. So you could have a mixture of standard pieces and other cultured pieces, which was quite cool. I'm going to move my rook in a minute because I want you to see what happens to the castle when it moves. It's ace, absolutely brilliant. I'm not great at chess, folks. I'm really not. The only thing I'm going to say about this is graphically it's alright. It's not too bad. There's quite a nice little detail on each of the characters. The animations are okay, if not a little bit sluggish and slow. The thinking time, for my tastes, is a little bit too long. Now, I do realise that in real life people can take minutes to make up their minds where they want their pieces to go. But the Amiga had a fairly decent memory system, and it was a fairly intelligent computer, so I don't understand why it needs to wait so long. Obviously, with a computer game, you don't want to be waiting around too long for the computer to make its mind up on what it wants to do. But unfortunately, that is exactly what happens here. But it does follow the rules of the road. Pieces do move as they should, and that's always a good thing. So, For those of you who've been living in a cave and don't know what chess is about, the idea is to move your pieces in such a way that the opposition's king cannot move anywhere without being taken. Now, to take a piece, like the pawns, they have to stand diagonally across from someone. They can walk across and take that piece. And you see, with the bigger pieces and animations, it takes a little bit long to load. But look at him! And he stomps too. So they turn into stone monsters, and that's quite amusing. Then they turn back into their castles again. Quite a nice animation. Like it a lot. But, yes, so that's chess in a nutshell. So yes, you've got to make sure that the king on the opposition cannot move anywhere else without being taken by another piece. The game does let you know when you're in checkmate, which is always a pleasure. Oh, my knight's getting taken by a pawn. I suppose it's retribution from me taking his. And he gets kicked in the nads. That's not nice. That's not nice, fellas. It really isn't. But all in all, it's quite an entertaining game of chess, if you like. You know, you don't have to pick up the pieces yourself. Click and click again, and that's all you need to do. It's quite fun, I suppose. It gives a nice little twist to the standard game of chess, where the players will actually come on and beat the crap out of each other. I think that's actually quite good fun. I don't think there was anything ever released for many other computers regarding Battle Chess. I might be wrong, but I remember it being on the PC. I remember it being on the Amiga. I think maybe the Archimedes had a version of this as well. Not 100% sure, but I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments, because you are awesome. All of you. Talking of subscribers, hello to new subscribers to the channel. I hope you're enjoying the content so far and had a look through the channel and seen something you like. Hopefully that's the case, because otherwise you wouldn't have subscribed. And hello to everybody else that's been with me for God knows how long you've been with me now. But you know what? Everybody, I just can't thank you enough, because this channel started out as a hobby channel. It still is a hobby channel. I'm not getting any money for this. It's not monetized in any way. So thank you for tuning in for my little humble show, which I like to bring you, at least to try and do it 3 times a week. I know it doesn't always pan out that way, but that's how we normally do it. Let's get these 2 pawns to face off and knacker each other up. So, here we go. Oh yes, the old stamp on the foot routine, then smash him in the face as he falls to the ground routine. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. But yeah, it's a nice enough game. You know, if you like a good game of chess and you want to play against the computer, this is the way to do it. I like the animations. I like the presentation. There's not much sound to speak of. You got the there's the occasional grunts and moans of the player pieces as they get taken. That's quite fun. Look at the hip wiggle on that. But absolutely fantastic. Have a look at this animation here. She's going to dissolve his weapon. Then she's going to make him dance. Way over we go. And, oh no, what a way to go. What a way to go. Anyway, guys, that's been Battle Chess. It's been the 30th of April. I've been Rich. This has been the Retro Revival Show. I will catch you next time. You guys keep it retro, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.